I don't want that. I do not want that. Ugh. Good morning, Carrie Watson. Hello, Angie. How's everybody doing? Hello. Hold on, I'm going to give you guys a link. Hello. Hold on. So I pinned my Instagram link. If you guys are not following me on Instagram, go ahead and follow me on Instagram, because some days I put special content on Instagram that doesn't come on Facebook. So if you're not following me on Instagram, I put the link there. Go ahead and make sure you follow me on Instagram, because I put extra content on there that's so fun. A little irreverent, but so fun. And yesterday's video was great and spot on, although I was very silly yesterday. There is a new episode of the Tell Me What to Do podcast out now. It's a bonus episode. It's so funny. Oh my gosh, we get into so many things. Oh my gosh. So if you have been missing Tell Me What to Do podcast, there is a new bonus episode out today. You can go check it out and listen while you're walking, while you're folding laundry, while you're in the shower. You can hook it up to your Alexa and say, Alexa, connect to my iPhone, and then play it. It's so fun. Hi, John. So I'm just out walking. As some of you may or may not know, I went to the podiatrist yesterday, and I have 2 metatarsal fractures, stress fractures in my foot. So I basically can't catch a break, and I'm in a boot now, and I have to be in a boot for 4 weeks, which means I have to wear a boot to South Africa if I follow the rules. I'm not sure if I'm going to follow the rules yet, but right now I'm out for a walk. I'm in really, really, really good fitting sneakers, tight, well-fitting sneakers, but there is a reason that I'm bringing up this conversation with you. Okay? So yesterday I went to, Liz, you're going to love this episode of the podcast. It's so funny. It's so funny. Guys, if you have 40 minutes, just listen to that episode of Tell Me What to Do. It's so funny. Anyway, I went from having surgery on my right leg and not being able to use my right leg to overusing my left foot and getting 2 metatarsal stress fractures. I'm going to South Africa to film a movie for my job, and I leave May 18th. So, I'm sorry, I'm trying to see, but the sun is like the craziest glare. Okay. So anyway, I'm walking right now, which if you have metatarsal stress fractures is really like a no-no. So yesterday I was meeting with my podiatrist, and he was like, listen, I need you in the boot unless you're resting. You know, anytime you're really moving around, you need to wear the boot. And I was like, okay. And he's like, what kind of exercise do you do? And I was like, well, I'm a walker. I just walk. And he was like, okay, well, you can walk in this boot, but not like the walking for exercise. You really are going to need to shelf that. And I was like, oh, I can't. And he was like, well, you really need to if you want your foot to heal. Now, I want you guys to hear what I am about to say, because this is really, really important. Okay? He was explaining to me that in order to heal my foot, I need to stop my daily walks. Okay? And what I explained to him was, no, I cannot do that. I will put on really good fitting tight sneakers that mobilize my foot, but I will go out and I will get my steps every day. And then I will put on my boot. And he was like, you could really injure yourself greater or prolong the healing. And I get it. That's his job. And I said to him, you know what? I respect your opinion so much. And it's so important to me that you tell me exactly what I need to be doing. He doesn't want me doing this motion. With a metatarsal stress fracture, you don't want to like roll up on your toes, which is obviously what walking does. And the boot stops that. The boot stops that motion, so it allows the stress fractures to heal. I understand. But let me explain something to you where sometimes you have to be your own advocate. If I stop walking, if I stop getting my steps, right, my eating disorder will kick in, right? And if my eating disorder kicks in, we are then dealing with a whole other set of problems, and ones that he is not medically trained to deal with. And I have to work very hard to keep my eating disorder sort of at bay. And I have to, it's a very fine line I have to teeter to keep my mental health good. And if I have to wear a boot for 2 weeks longer because I need to move my body, and by the way, Kendra, you're not going to change my mind. I do appreciate your cautionary tale. You're not going to change my mind, because my eating disorder and what it does to my mental health is so much scarier than any fucking metatarsal stress fracture or some boot shit or some foot pain that I could ever have to deal with. So I'm out here walking very slow. I'm not out here trying to win any races. I'm not out here trying to do anything crazy. I've got the tightest, most sneaker on that anybody could probably get. I mean, it's so well fitting that my foot is barely bending. Um, it my foot is not even really bending; it's almost rolling, which is what the boot does. Um, but if my foot hurts, it's certainly an inconvenience. There's no question about that. It's uncomfortable. I don't sleep good. It's an inconvenience. If my if my mental health is off, if my eating disorder is in session, um, it's way more than an inconvenience. Yes, I can walk with a boot, but not this kind of walk. The boot is very heavy. It's not good for your hip to walk that much because you're doing this kind of like Igor from Frankenstein. You can't really walk with the boot, guys. It's not good for your hip. Then you cause other problems. So interesting, right? But anyway, I'm fine. Believe me, if I had any pain right now, you guys would know it. I have no pain. I'm walking slow. It's not even, the walk is not even, it's not even burning calories, I'm sure. You know what I mean? Like, it's not that. It's, um, it's just a thing that my brain forces me to do. If you don't get it, you can't really get it. But I have a step goal for myself every day. And so long as I hit it, my mental health stays really good. If I don't hit it, I start to get off kilter, and it's just a dangerous place for me. Listen, I'm not here to debate with anybody whether I'm making good decisions for myself, whether you think. That's not what this conversation is not about. Whether you think my eating disorder should trump my no. This coffee talk is about you doing what is absolutely best for you. Even if the opinions you respect so much and value so much, mine, your doctors, your moms, your husbands, your child, no matter whose opinion, if you know something is better for you, you have to do what's better for you. Period. Period. Point blank. So I only share this with you to say sometimes you have to look at the situation and go, okay, short term, what might be best, but long term, what is best for me? Because don't forget, how I am and who I am affects more than just me. It affects my husband, it affects my children, it affects my assistant. If my mental health is not good, everybody around me suffers because I'm distracted, I'm irritable, I'm compulsive. And let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. I feel incredibly grateful that I have been able to find something that keeps me centered. Do you know how wonderful it is that I have found something that keeps me centered? And by the way, it's free. It's free. All I have to do is take a really good walk. What is that bird? Do you hear that? Sounds like an evil maniacal. Maniacal. I couldn't think of the word. Um, but anyway, I feel so grateful. There are so many people suffering from different issues, chronic pain, mental health, all these things, and they can't find any relief. They can't find anything. And I have found a thing. I have found a thing. And it's so simple and it works. And yes, it's a little over structured. I have to walk every day. Don't get in the way of my walk. Yes, it's a little militant, but you know what? It's free. It doesn't hurt anybody. It keeps me centered. I prefer to walk much faster and I prefer to like really move my body, but right now I have to listen to my foot and my foot is saying, "No, bitch. Absolutely not. You will walk slow and you will barely move your toes." So I'm like, "Okay, foot. Okay, foot. We will meet in the middle." So I won't push myself. I won't overdo it. I will just hit my goal and I will wear my boot the rest of the day. Listen, it's better than what I was doing, guys. I've been walking around with 2 metatarsal stress fractures for over 2 weeks with nothing. Just out here living my best life with some aching ass feet. Um, so it's just a reminder that you have permission to do what is best for you. Like this is not dress rehearsal, y'all. This is life. This is life. I was walking in Manasquan and I was probably pushing myself too far because my right leg was still healing from surgery. So I was overcompensating with my left leg. I was probably walking too much. I probably didn't need to be walking 6 to 7 miles on an injured leg. But because I was overcompensating, I put too much pressure on my left foot and, well, ended up fracturing my metatarsals. So now I check my step number. Let me check. Hold on. Nope, got to keep going. So see, that's part of my eating disorder, right? I told you it's a little militant. I'm at 47.3 something, 47.30, And I'm not comfortable stopping my morning walk until I hit 5,500 because based on the rest of my day, I know that if I move enough, I'll hit my goal. And listen, I don't pretend to not be a little, um, I just have to do what works for me, you know? And right now my foot doesn't hurt. I'm doing good. I feel good. I wish I wasn't so conscious of my steps. It feels so weird to walk like so conscious of every step. But is what it is. Oh, I didn't mean that. Um, Lisa says, I don't feel right about going against the doctor, even if I feel different. I understand. Listen, I trust and value the medical community 150,000%. I always have. I've always been a patient who takes what my doctor says, my pediatrician, my dentist. I value them. Listen, I do research on who my primary care physicians and my pediatricians are going to be. I don't just choose people willy nilly. I value their opinion very much. I heard his opinion. He was very clear. I would prefer you don't walk that much. It's not good for healing. I hear you, doctor, and I understand. But in this instance, I have to compromise with your advice. Otherwise, I will have bigger issues. You know? So, look, I'm doing the best I can. And I'm doing what's best for me because, in turn, what's best for me is best for my children. And at the end of the day, nothing matters to me more than their health and happiness. Um, anyway, there is a foam of pollen out here. How long is this pollen going to last, y'all? Honestly, it's floating in the air. It's in my mouth. Like, how long are we going to be swallowing this shit? What? Where are my meteorologists or whatever you're called? My plantologists, my pollenologists. What is going on out here with this pollen? Can anybody tell me? It's like a film. Um. Anyway, I'm like half in my pajamas. So I'm just out here walking, living my best life. No, seriously, this pollen is. Guys, you could walk with me every day, by the way. You could walk with me. We could walk together. We could be coffee walk, coffee talk walk, coffee walkers. Um, so anyway, I just moved my body and I'm going to do what's best for me and still take it easy. I'm not going down the hill. I'm not going up the hill. I'm still like, I'm only walking this little stretch of road down to the hill, but not down the hill and back. Last night I cooked tostones, taco meat, yellow rice, olive salad, um, um, fried tortillas with covered in refried beans. Then we put the taco meat on top. Then we put cheese. The girls put sour cream. Max is dairy free, so he had dairy free cheese, no sour cream. We had chips and guacamole, or guacamole, as Kristen would say. We had tostones, and it was so delicious. Charlie's like, we need to eat this every night. She's so cute. Oh my God. You guys want to hear the funniest Charlie story? So this morning I asked Charlie to bring out the recycle bin for me. And she goes, sure. Like so sweet. Sure. And then I hear on the driveway, Charlie, can you bring out the recycle bin for me? Charlie, can you help me empty the dishwasher? Charlie, can you feed the dog? Y'all, I was cracking up. I was cracking up. That kid cracks my shit up for real. I love her so much. She is so um she is so my kid. Like honestly, I can't even be mad at her because she's and then she came up, y'all. She came up, she came up with the mail because I was like, while you're down there, will you check the mail? And she was like, here's your mail. And I said, Charlie, you're such a good kid. Thank you for doing everything I ask you to do and make it so easy for me. And she was like, no problem. Anyway, it was really funny. She cracks me up. She is respectful to my face, very. She has great manners, that kid. Anyway, so um I'm just walking. See, now I'm turning because I'm not going to go down that hill, you see, because it won't be good for my foot. Let me see my steps. 5,352. Look at us, guys. Look at us. We're almost to our goal. I know some people think it's crazy, but walking is so good for you anyway. It really is. So, anyway, I love you guys very much. And that's why I share these crazy thoughts with you and share my honest problems and things. But I love you. Hi, Scott. I love you. And if you have a chance today, please listen to the bonus episode of the Tell Me What to Do podcast. I think you'll really love it. It's so fun. And is um my Instagram link is pinned right there. If you're not following me on Instagram yet, click the link and hit follow. You will not be sorry. We have so much fun over there. Okay? I love you guys so much. Have a great, great day.